Welcome. Happy Friday. It's Friday, right? Woo! Yeah. Okay, you made it through the week. Welcome to Music Maker Stage. We're very happy to have you. Next door is Delgado Guitars. I'm Julie Delgado. I have my name on the wall. I'm the only one who has their name on the wall, so I get to talk. Anyway, we have an exciting night for you planned. If you haven't been here, welcome. Raise your hand if it's the first time. It's way too many people, so you got to tell your friends. And also sign up for our newsletter. We do fun shows like this approximately twice a month. This space is our showroom by day, venue by night. It is also a rental for private events. Our goal is to be the premier listening room on the East Side. So do us a favor, tell friends, go on social media, like us, follow us, subscribe to us. And before I ask you to silence your phones, you might want to do that right now. Yeah, you might want to do that right now, like I'm telling you to do it. Delgado Guitars, Music Maker Stage, and all the socials. And I'm sure our artists wouldn't mind a little tagging tonight. Here's your hashtag homework right here. You know, it's a job now. Yeah, the young kids have that as a job. What else? Social media, our e-blast. I only send twice a month, so if you sign up over there, old-fashioned email, you'll get that. And we're into our community, and we're into supporting these artists. They're all going to have merch available tonight, available on all the platforms. Go down, download them, listen to them, etc. And also, we have complimentary hot tea, cocoa, and cider because I'm pretending it's winter still. So help yourself and feel at home. It's really an extension of our home, us Delgados. So we live in East Nashville. We love East Nashville. Our business is here, and we want to support the artists here. If you know anyone, a company, or anyone's interested in sponsorship, see me afterwards. Okay. So to open our night are the Jenkins twins, Trevor and Trenton. So give them a welcome.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, we're super pumped to be here tonight. This is our first time being here as well. I want to thank Julie for having us out.
Let's hear it for Julie.
I'm Trent. This is my brother Trevor. We go by the Jenkins twins. I came out about 3 minutes before him. And, we've been doing this thing for, I think, full time now since 2021. And, yeah, we like to call it full time, but we're still trying to figure out the whole how to get paid doing it. But I think we'll figure it out one day. We're glad to be playing a couple songs before Jeff Black here. We've been listening to him for a few weeks now, and killer stuff, so we're pumped.
I guess we're going to start this one off with one of the saddest songs we've ever wrote. So sorry about that, but we'll end on a good note. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out, for real. This song is called a Revelation Song.
Well, those words of devastation hit me like a high-speed train. They say it's deep in my lungs, so they give me the drugs. I swallow my pride with the radiation. Well, I take to isolation. July has felt like a year. Well, the novelty's gone and life it drags on. It's just me and the medication. Well, I look to the constellations, and I fear I'm nearing the end. Well, I need an answer from the new moon in Cancer. All I find is desolation. I can hear a pink carnation, and I think of the 60s in her eyes. Well, it plays in my head as I lie on this bed and focus on my respiration. I've come to the realization I want to leave only good things behind, and not hold a grudge against the ones that I love, 'cause we all have an expiration. And I'm having a conversation with me, myself, and I. Do we just lay in dirt after this life on earth if we don't seek some sort of salvation. In celebration, and my soul left my body behind. Although I am gone, I still sing along with the echoes of the congregation, with the echoes of the congregation.
Right on. Thank you.
All right. So we come from a small town in Kentucky. It's called Irvin, and it's a river town, and there's a road called River Drive, and I think we sort of built this song around some stories that our granny told us from, I guess, some things she did back in the 60s. So here's that one. It's called River Drive.
She put her makeup on after she left her mom's. She pulled up with her half moons on. All right, radioactive sound in a rock and roll town where the kids get lost, where the dreams are found, where the king and the queen of wasting time, king and the queen of Friday night. Everything looks better in the moonlight through the lens of a dreamer's eye. Thunderbird running on euphoria, don't you feel alive? Yeah, we all felt alive. Magic river nights, smoking Winston Whites. They say it cures the blues and it makes you feel cool. I held her tight, we drove all night. We got flame under feet and the town standing still, working on a dream, let's make it real. Everything looks better in the moonlight through the lens of a dreamer's eye. Thunderbird running on euphoria, don't you feel alive? Yeah, we all felt alive on River Drive. I don't know why, but I shot for the moon. I don't know why, but every time I see those road lines, and every time I look into your eyes from the passenger side, I Yeah, something felt right for the very first time on River
Right on. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, you didn't know you were going to hear the Everly Brothers incarnate tonight, but they are. They're alive and with us. No, just kidding. All right, so thank you again. Let's hear for the Jinxon twins. Awesome. Okay, great. All right, I forgot to tell you that we are live and we are live streaming. So we are live streaming, but we are casual about it. All right. So this is going to be living on YouTube, but we also have partners at volume.com. Thank you to volume.com because they support us as well. And we're partnering. They're actually local as well. So I wanted to make sure that I told you that. And our special guest, I'm sure you know because you're here and you bought a ticket, but our special guest has recordings by Alison Krauss, Waylon Jennings, Jerry Douglas, John Oates, Dierks Bently, and Blackhawk. Oh, and let me say Sam Bush. So that's an impressive resume. So I'm honored to have this artist with us tonight. This is his second time at the Music Maker stage, becoming a great friend. And you're going to get to know him even more than you already know. In the middle, we do a fun interview and a game. So we give you something that you can't get anywhere else. Let's hear it for Jeff Black. Woo!
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hello, everybody listening online. All my friends here. So great to see familiar faces. I turned around like 100 years ago, and there were some people following me around, so I thought maybe I was doing something right, and so I think I'll probably just get started here. Like I like to say, if you believe in second chances, you're in the right place tonight.
Days they all surround me now like confetti falling. My signal's much clearer than it used to be. And I thought all my wishing stars were burning out. I keep finding secrets that she said for me. Bottle caps in a mason jar, letters in my old guitar, but all they're ringing true, just like I need them to. And I love the way the light puts on a show, and the rain must fall just right to make it so. And I'm walking on top of the sky, there's glitter on my kitchen floor, 10-pound tambourine, and I want some more. I love that little song she sings, and how it makes me feel. The tapping on her lip in a thoughtful pause. I have seen this broken world, and I know where beauty lives. Deep there in the heart carries my heart. Now Oh, no, she don't dance for me. She dances 'cause it sets her free. And my favorite day is when the music plays. And I love the way the sun takes to the clouds. And it's crucial for the inclinations now. And I'm walking on top of the sky. There's glitter on my kitchen floor. Tin-pan tambourine, and I want some more. And I'm walking on top of the sky. There's glitter on my kitchen floor. Tin-pan tambourine, and I want some more. Just what I was looking for. She loves this record store. Smell the petrichor. Guess I'll dream some more. All right. Well, I was living in New York City on a street between Spring and Broome. I was watching cartoons with my girlfriend in a cracker box of a room. That was a long, long time ago. We were laughing at the world outside. What we were watching wasn't all that funny. We just had a good place to hide. Oh, but nothing stays the same. Ain't that a blessing in disguise? Gonna steal away with my dreams. They hold more honey than the hive. More honey than the hive. I remember sitting out on the back porch with ladybugs on my sleeve. Maggie would hold her hands out and she'd say, oh, such a nice breeze. I really didn't know what she meant then, till a long time after she gone. Sometimes she come to see me right before a thunderstorm. Oh, but nothing stays the same. Ain't that a blessing in disguise? Gonna steal away with my dreams. They hold more honey than the hive. More honey than the hive. Yeah, you could have had a buckboard wagon. Yeah, you might have had a Chevrolet. Might be waiting at the stop sign down there about a quarter-mile away. Bobby laid his head on the table. He said, folks, I think it's time to go. He stumbled out a whistling fairly well, and we never seen him no more. He used to paint a pretty good picture. He used to beat an old guitar. But I can see him still up on Depot Hill, staring up at the stars. Oh, nothing stays the same. Ain't that a blessing in disguise? I'm gonna steal away with my dreams. They hold more honey than the hive. Oh, nothing stays the same. That a blessing in disguise. Gonna steal away with my dreams. They hold more honey than the hive. More honey than the hive.
quite a while back when I first moved to town, and I moved a long, long way from the people I love, and I got really lucky after I'd worked several jobs in town. I got a little publishing deal, and we had made some demonstration recordings. This can be a very, very long story, but I'm trying to keep it down to the Webster's, the abridged edition of it, or whatever it is, the Reader's Digest abridged edition. And we'd go in there, and we made some little recordings of these songs, and I took it into the creative director of this publishing house, and I was quite ready to knock his socks off. And we listened to a little bit of it, and he'd go through about a minute on each song. And he got to the end of it, and he lit a cigarette, and he looked across the desk, and shit, I've lost something here. I'm missing something. What did I do with everything? I got so much crap in my pockets. Here we go. And so we got together, and we listened about a minute into each song. He looked across the desk, he lit a cigarette, and he said, Black, you know what your trouble is, don't you? You're thinking too much. And that's when I knew I was on the right track. And I was livid. I didn't know whether to I don't know what, maybe I should censor myself, but it really for dramatic effect. I didn't really know whether to get up and piss all over his desk or jump down on the floor and lay in the fetal position and start crying. Emotionally, I was torn. And so right in the middle of it, I thought I should probably do what I usually do, and that's I just go upstairs and write about it. And there was a little piano upstairs, and I wrote a few chords. And I initially started writing this song for a friend of mine in Chicago, and therein lie the mountains. And so I'd written this song, and lo and behold, for anybody who's trying to seek out a little hope, it was the very first song I ever got recorded. And so after I'd finished it, the late Van Stevenson had called me, and he goes, man, we really love what this song says, but I'm not sure if country radio is going to play a 7.5-minute folk song with a harmonica solo. Can we edit this down? And I was honored that my friends in Blackhawk recorded this song. And so this is a song for anybody who likes to dabble in watercolors or acrylics, or likes to draw funny little pictures while they're talking on the telephone. And art, it's important work. So keep working. This is called That's Just About Right. My old friend, he lives up in the mountain. He flew up there to paint the world. He says even though interpretation's what I count on, this little picture to me seems blurred. Hard lines and the shadows come easy. I see it all just as clear as a bell. I just can't seem to set my ears or to please me. I'm paying my heaven and it looks like hell. Is it me or is my vision jaded? And if I ask you, will you tell me true? And I say, no, Venice, I think the world you've painted matter just the way it appears to you. Oh, your blue might be gray, your less might be more. Your window to the world might be the big front door.
Your shiniest day might come in the middle of the night. That's just about right. You say, man, I ain't coming down till my picture is perfect. And all the wonder, yeah, it's gone from my eyes and down through my hands and on to the canvas. Still lacking vision, yeah, but still a surprise. Still, life, he says, the hardest impression. Man, it's always moving, so I just let it come through. And that, my friend, I say, is the glory of true independence. Just to do what you do, what you do, what you do. I don't think that people's visions get jaded. I think the times change, and so does the truth. So in that, I think the world you've painted, and it's just the way it appears to you. That's what you do. Oh, your blue might be gray, your less might be. Your window to the world might be the big front door. And your shiniest day might come in the middle of the night. That's just about right. All right. Talk on how many friendships had faded. And nowadays, what makes a picture seem real are simpler versions and not complicated. Thanks for the brushes, man. I'll see you next year. So let's roll on. Here we know we're here for souvenirs. Have all that we've seen. So write a story, paint yourself, paint the town now. And when you look around, hey, you know where you've been. And if you wonder if your vision's jaded, you just ask someone who would tell you true. One true friend who sees all that you painted and they say, hey now, that look just like you. How do you do? Oh, your blue might be gray, your less might be more. Your window to the world might be the big front door. And your shiniest day might come in the middle of the night. That's just about right. About right. All right.
I'll do one more hit before we go, right? Okay.
I don't know.
Did I hear somebody say that?
You know, I hear the story. I hear people talking out there. I know what they're saying. Right? There's a lot of people around town. There's professional entertainers, and you know they can stand up here and they can tell a story. It has a wonderful introduction, even a title, and it has a nice character building, a nice arc to the story. Sometimes there's even a climax to it, and then, you know, the denouement. And by the time they get done telling this wonderful story, you've stood there and listened and been very patient and didn't even realize they had tuned their guitar. They're just, you're like, oh, man, that's a good trick. And I'm going to tell you it is magic. And I tell all the people that ever come to hear me play, I'm like, well, I'm happy for those guys. That's something I can't do very well. But we'll do something, we'll just liven it up here a little bit. This is a song off of a Walk in the Sun. And then we'll have a little break here, and I think Julie and I are going to visit after this song here, right? Okay.
I got a decent education, kicking an old bass drum. Trouble seemed to find me easy in my little town when I was young. I got some work in Kansas City. I'm gonna need that gasoline. Oh Lord, hope you forgive me for getting caught up in that machine. High tension steel around me. I was drawn into the cause by the blade, the drill, the oil spill, and all of Mother Nature's laws. I got some work in Kansas City. I'm gonna need that gasoline. Oh Lord, hope you forgive me for getting caught up in that machine. I like to change the world. I like to hit on that high road. But unbelievable refractions distorted everything I know. On this planet who are lucky to be alive, 'cause I'm a gentleman with a lot to lose, the only reason they survive. I got some work in Kansas City. I'm gonna need that gasoline. Oh Lord, hope you forgive me for getting caught up in that machine. Oh, I like to change the world. I like to hit on that high road. Oh, I like to walk the streets of heaven, but I don't want to sell my soul.
Jeff Black. That's right. That's right. You got it. Okay, we're going to get cozy and comfortable. So, Jeff, you can have a seat here. I'm going to have a seat here. Okay, and I'm going to gush a little bit.
I have to answer questions.
Yes, it's not a test. It'll be fun. So, I want to say you're a Nashville treasure. Won't you agree? Okay. I'm serious. We talked earlier. You know I'm serious. And you probably have already done this. You need to give a master class in songwriting.
I've tried it a little bit. It's kind of hard to do. I'll get together and tell people my story, but I do think it's important just for people to never be afraid of like the empty page or the empty canvas. It's just you have to start.
That's good advice.
At the beginning.
Is a good place to start.
Yeah.
All right. So we kind of always kind of start like this. So it's a loaded question, but how you got to Nashville?
In a 65 Bel Air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was actually playing some open mics around Kansas City, and I was doing shows with Iris DeMent. Mm-hmm. And we played all the clubs, places that really there wasn't even music going on, and you drag a PA system in there. And there was a great friend of ours named Norton Canfield, and he used to host a lot of open mics, and we went down there and we'd go play. And one day she walked up and she said, "I'm moving to Nashville." And I was like, I want to go.
You had to.
Yeah, I want to go do something. I thought, well, I guess I could spend the rest of my days working at the Ford plant and selling Coke and stuff like that, or dabbling in a lot of illegal activities. Pretty small town I grew up in. And I'd worked a lot of, already jobs. And I knew I wanted to play music, but I didn't know how to do it. And I worked at a little blues club. I was a bouncer down there. I pumped a lot of gas, and I'd done everything. And then it was about 6 months later, I came down and I saw Iris play at the Writers' Night at the Bluebird. Mm-hmm. And I came down to this town full of dreamers and a lot of people carrying their guitars around, and I didn't feel so silly. After all, I felt like, oh, okay. And so I came down here and started over. I played in so many clubs in Kansas City, and I'd opened from everybody from Johnny Winter to Dave Mason, and you name it. I opened the show. I got to know the sound man pretty good at the Uptown Theater, and it was a pretty great gig to be able to do that, and open shows for Prine and Guy Clark and everybody, and I was like, I want to go down here. So I got down to Nashville, and I worked a lot of odd jobs here and started over and playing in these nights. And then I used to make these terrible demos on a little cassette deck I had, and I had this little Radio Shack microphone, and I had a neighbor next door, neighbors downstairs, and I would always sit, and I'd like drink beer and make these quiet demos at night, just weird little songs, And I'd written a lot of songs, and I'd kind of been spoiled by my brother's record collection over the years. And so a lot of the great Texas singer-songwriters and those sort of things, like Charles John Cuarto, he's got a line in a poem that says, it's the kind of country music that doesn't hurt. And that always stuck with me. And so I made these demos, and I passed them around. I passed them around a little bit. I had some friends, and there was a guy named Daryl Huddleston that knew a friend that had an art studio in Kansas City at a place I used to play at Buzzard Beach. And you can imagine how much fun we had playing at a bar called Buzzard Beach. And that was where I was protected by a bunch of Hungarian bikers from New Jersey. They loved all my music. And so I had all this hope in my pocket. And so when I came down to Nashville, I made these, I had one number, and I called Daryl. And it was the first time I was, my experience in the music business, where somebody said, oh, well, let's go have some lunch. And we had a couple beers at lunch, and I thought, well, this is a great idea. We should probably do that and talk about the music. And he gave he gave that tape to my dear friend and one of my oldest friends in town, Mr. Greg Riggle, who happens to be in the audience tonight. And I don't know if he knows I tell this story all the time, but I gave this tape to Greg, and it turns out we all had our own little secret admiration society for all these underground songwriters at the time, or at least underground songwriters in relationship to what was going on with commercial country music here in town. And so listened to it, and we got together and we talked, and he gave it to he shared it with his friend Gary Overton, who later on became the president of Sony, but he was plugging songs at the time. And they offered me a publishing deal, and I don't think I believed them when they said it, because I didn't even call them back for a couple of weeks. I was like, I don't know, these guys are full of shit. I don't think this is not going to happen. But the more and more we talked about the kind of music that we loved and the kind of music I was writing, it gave me this confidence in the stories I were telling, because they were a little bit esoteric, they were a little bit left to center, that's for sure. And then because of their influence, and also it was one of those ideas that to try not to change what people were doing. I was never really put together with co-writers. I just needed to, and both those guys were always very inspirational when it came to just keep doing what you're trying to do. And that's how I got here.
Wow.
And so I got this, I was working at the General Board of Discipleship for the Methodist Church at the time, and they had just offered me full-time job.
Okay, that I don't believe. No, just
The
kidding.
upper room. No, but I was driving a forklift, which is not good for me with my depth perception. So I was like, I put those forks through the Word of God. I ruined so much wonderful religious material, sticking it through the cardboard boxes. And I had this job, and so. And they had asked me, said, yeah, I'd done a lot of, I'd worked there part-time for a lot of months, and then they finally said, hey, we're ready to offer you a full-time position, and, it'd be insurance and security, and it was like the day before that is when us three went to lunch that day, and Gary goes, I'd like to offer you a publishing deal. And I was like, when I got to, I was so disappointed to tell Melvin that I couldn't take the full-time job, because I'd rolled these dice, I'd come down to Nashville and I thought, I'm going to do this instead. And then I think and I'm sure Greg knew this story too, and I told Gary, I was like, well, I'm going to have to give him a couple weeks notice before I can't, I'm like, I had to quit the job. And then that's when I got this publishing deal. I don't know, it was a year or so after I got here.
Great.
And so that's how it started. And then I just started, and since I was already ruined when I got here, I just kind of stayed on my course of writing these squirrely songs, and that's how I met all the people, Sam Bush and those guys playing on the demos, and Dave Pomeroy introduced me to so many wonderful players, and I just started from there, and I never really ever looked back.
That's awesome. Well, hearkening back to the very humble beginning, you kind of touched on it with your brother's records, but what influenced you first? Like, was there a musical family member, or how did you get started playing and singing and knew that you could write songs?
There was a lot of music in my family, but it kind of separated by a couple of generations. My grandma played piano in church. My dad played a little tenor banjo, and my Uncle La played guitar, but I never heard any of them play music. I just heard stories that my dad told me later, and then I looked around the house and I was like, oh, where's the music in our house? My brother had a guitar, and he's 5 years older, and so I learned a few chords on that guitar, and then I finally talked Mom and Dad into buying me a guitar. I promised I would really learn how to play it, and learned some songs, and I took like 4 guitar lessons, and I'd learn like, go tell Aunt Rhody.
Oh, yeah.
Go tell Aunt Rhody the old gray goose is dead. And that songs like that, and also Green, Green Grass at Home was just, somebody on death row. So I started out with, nothing but hope and happiness with my deprecating Irish disposition.
Yes.
So I thought, all right, I think we're on the right track here. And and then my sister would order records from Reader's Digest. I think she was trying to win the sweepstakes.
Record
Sweepstakes,
club,
and you
yeah.
could get the records. It was great country ballads by great country stars, and I learned all those songs. I still have it somewhere in a folder of the first time I ever dropped the needle on a record, and I learned candy kisses mean more to you. Candy kisses wrapped in paper mean more to you than mine do, dear. Then I remember playing those songs, and then I started learning like half songs, and my mom used to get so aggravated at me all the time. She goes, why don't you learn the whole song? And I said, well, I don't know. I figured I've mastered this part, and I'm going to move on to the next one.
Right.
And then a friend of mine, and besides my brother, he brought home all these records and all the Texas singer-songwriters boxes of records from Okinawa, and they were all exports from the U.S., but it was all stuff with songs with Billy Callery and Rodney Crowell and Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt and all that stuff, new writers of the Purple Sage. And so I started learning all those songs that I possibly could because he came home from the service. He was in the Marine Corps, and he had a super short haircut, really, he had a buzz cut, so I didn't trust him very much. And I remember he asked me if I had any papers, and I was like, who's asking?
Right.
And then he brought out his giant stereo he bought at the time that everybody brought home the giant Pioneer stereos and these boxes of records. And all we had at the time was we had a radio on top of the fridge and plus my sister's records. And we had 61 Country was the country station, and then WHB was the top 40. And then that's really pretty much all you had, and maybe a few. We didn't really, we had the stereo, a few records my sister would get, and then when my brother brought all this home, he just brought it in and he was like, wait till you hear this shit. And I couldn't get enough of it, and I still can't. And so there was something kind of wrong with my brain, before I even got to Nashville, which I'm really grateful for now. But at the time, I didn't think any about it. But I learned a lot about writing songs, and I learned that it's very important work to be creative, and I think it's very important for this cycle, for this audience, people that are listening online, the people that are sitting in the audience. When it completes that circle, we're all doing very important work in a world where we're just inundated with mostly nonsense. And it doesn't have to be that serious. It doesn't have to be anything more than being creative, and it is as creative, if not more, to listen and trade those feelings than it is to sit down and write a song.
Right. Hear, hear. I agree. I agree.
Right.
Yes. So speaking of writing and recording, and you're a traveling man. Every time I look, he's somewhere.
That's what
touring.
That's what I get paid for.
Right.
It's traveling.
Yes. So you have lots of projects, and then you were telling me that you have a new project, right? That you just recorded.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we just started on a new record. Like 25 years ago, this year's the 25th anniversary of Birmingham Road, and the producer of that record was Susan Rogers, and she'd worked with everybody from Prince during his zenith to David Byrne and Bare Naked Ladies and everyone, and I had, at the time, the label had introduced me to this other producer. We missed the mark on that, and then I found Susan, and I looked at the people she'd worked with and some of the things she'd said in interviews, and so we talked a little bit, and I knew, like within 5 minutes when we talked on the phone, that we were going to make this record together. And so we got my friends from Wilco, the version one, with Ken Coomer and Jay Bennett and John Stearett, and we had to do a show for BMG, like it was some sort of industry thing. And then when we rehearsed together, we just hit it off. You know, they were just really wonderful humans, and they brought so much to the. And I was super green, and they were very funny people. Their sense of humor was just out of this world, and so when I was bringing all this darkness and wondering what I was, I'm searching for my soul in these introspective folk songs, and then they introduced me to their musicianship was so creative outside of just being a folk singer and strumming a few chords. So getting to the point after that, Susan and I had stayed in contact, and then about a year or so ago, she was in town, and so we had lunch. But in the meantime, right after Birmingham Road, she went back to school because she had dropped out of school to become an audio engineer, and then she became Prince's engineer. And she's a very determined woman, she's a remarkable, creative woman. And she went, you ask what's going to happen. She went back to school. She got her doctor in psychoacoustics, and she's been teaching at Berkeley like the past at least 2 decades. And she just released a book a couple of years ago, and it's called This Is What It Sounds Like. And it's a book about why we like the music we like. And so she's a scientist and an author and 5-time Grammy nominee, and why she wants to work with me, I'll never be able to figure that out.
I know why.
But she said, oh, let's get together. And so through Brad Chrysler and all those guys, we went down to Muscle Shoals, we went to Fame, and we've knocked a pretty good, we put a pretty good dent on a new record. James LeBlanc was down there working with us a little bit, and some guys here in town, Jeremy Bernstein and Josh Sebick, and all the folks down at Fame. And it was like during the ice storm a while back, when it just like, I found out people in Alabama are very suspicious of frozen water. And so that took a little while. I'm from Kansas City, so I just was like, I'm going to get some coffee and slow down. It was no big deal to do that, but it was nice because we were sequestered down there for 3 days, and so we're just getting started.
You had to make
on
music.
That one. Yeah. It was. So it's pretty amazing to still be doing that. It seems like all of it's coming full circle.
That's awesome. We can't wait to hear it. We're going to play a little game. We're going to put Jeff on the spot, as if he's not already on the spot. This is a little musical this or that, and you can't say neither and you can't say both. It's a little bit of rapid fire. Are you ready?
Like, oh, if you had to.
Yes. You ready? Some will be easy, some will be harder. Are you ready?
Okay.
Springsteen or Sinatra?
Springsteen.
Ella Fitzgerald or Barbra Streisand?
Ella.
U2 or the Rolling Stones? Massive.
That is
lull
kind of a
there.
tough one.
I know.
But I'm going to have to go Stones.
Okay. REM or the Talking Heads?
Talking Heads.
Woo. Go-Go's or the Bangles? I did that one.
I'm thinking of some songs here. Which one is Susanna Hoffs in?
Bangles.
Go-Go's.
Okay. Hey, strike that. Nobody heard that. Okay. Ready? Kiss or AC/DC?
AC/DC.
Okay, and this is, formulated for you. Okay, ready?
Except for Ace Frehley's, he's the only one when they recorded the 4 separate records. He's the only one that had a hit that he did back in the New York groove. He's the only one that, and he's the one that he was the weirdest one out of the whole bunch. I don't know why he doesn't get more credit, but anyway, I just want to say that real quick.
It's all right. 1950s country or 1990s country?
50s.
Merle Haggard or George Jones?
Merle Haggard.
Blue or green grass? That's a silly one. It was supposed to be funny. Bluegrass or green grass?
I'm sorry. I'm a thinker.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to
I
think
know.
about it. I'd have to go with blue.
Okay. Slow dance or swing dance?
Slow dance.
Strings or brass?
Strings.
Of course. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
And ready for the hard ones? If you could record a duet with anyone, who would it be?
With anyone?
Yes.
Oh. With anyone?
I didn't give him any prep at all, so.
Oh, let's see. Somebody comes to mind, and I can't really think. With anyone.
You'll think of it later tonight.
A duet. Is it like a love song kind of duet?
Any duet. Any duet.
It's not like this stupid 5 o'clock somewhere song and all that, is it? It's like,
No, if you don't want it to be, no.
yeah, I don't want it to be.
Okay.
How about I'm trying to I can't think of his name right now.
He's wimping out. Do we need to pass?
Oh, Chrissy Hine.
Oh, that was a good one. You didn't wimp out. Good. And then if you could play a venue anywhere in the world, besides like Music Maker Stage, of course, what venue would it be?
Oh. I'm not really sure. I think, you think about the time when Woody Guthrie played Carnegie Hall, so I thought, yeah, let's take some folk music back there. I'd like to.
That's a good
play
one.
Carnegie Hall.
Good answer. Okay, good answer. Okay, we need to hear more music.
Oh.
Okay? All right, give him a hand. Good interview. I know that was painful.
A couple?
Painless or painful?
No, it was pretty fun, really, because it
See,
makes
told
think.
you. Okay.
Julie Delgado, everybody. Thanks so much for hosting us. I think I'll just sit here for a second. Is that all right with you guys? No, I'm going to stand up. God, I can't do that. If I stand there, slow, sad songs. We don't do that. I think I'll play a couple of them. We're working on some new things here. They say everybody has their time in the desert when they're trying to find themselves. They do their walkabout, and they say when you spend time in the desert that you're going to see God, and you're going to hear God. And I know there's no question in my mind that I spent some time in the desert a few years ago. That's for sure. And when I did find myself in the desert, I saw God, and I heard God. And God said, Jeffrey, you know damn good and well there ain't no water out here. Once upon a time I was maligned by an evil notion, so we headed out west to invest in the mystery. So far from home, fields of green and true devotion. I learned a lot about my sense of place, and every place I hadn't ought to be. Lord, they try to hang me out in Tucson, Arizona, with a rotten rope, a dirty joke, all the mighty might. Left me for dead, heart and head badly broken. Apparently I'm hard to kill, and harder still to compromise. Now my days are filled with fascination, but it means to ride across the desert on my old paint. And all I need is fresh water and this humble fortune, pocket full of clover and a good clean getaway. Truth be told, it was the underworld what saved me. The Furies loved me, and that's how I remain. Safe there in the arms of love and the beauties that protect me. There's never much of a cowboy, but I can ride it out just the same. Now all my days are filled with fascination, what it means to ride across the desert on my old paint. And all I need is fresh water and this humble fortune, pocket full of clover, the promise of a better day. Don't need revenge or restitution, I'm just happy to be moving on. Trading poison for medicine, feels so good just to get back home. Now it's just a picture book and a prayer for early morning. The birds are singing, and you know what they say. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, my little darlings. Just have a look at that sunrise. You know they can't take that away. We'd had some great conversations in my kitchen. I met my friend Sam Bush in September of '91. I've got a 2-inch tape on a shelf at home, and when he came and he played a song called Same Old River, and he said one day, oh, I'm going to record that song one of these days, and he and I have been great friends since then, and he'd come over and he would sit in my little kitchen and we'd have lots of conversations. And most of the time, that's how we wrote. We would just talk, and pretty soon we'd have a song after that. And then if we needed some inspiration, we'd go down to the little pub down the street, and we'd do some research. And then we'd come back to my kitchen, and I think we were just talking about it. It was a wonder that we was all still alive after all the nonsense and everything we'd gone through, and that's what this song's about. This song's really more about gratitude than anything else, and this is I love to sing this song. This is called Circles Around Me. We were riding down through the grapevine when I heard someone say your name. And on my shoulder, just a little bit older now, and I remember everything. High until you ride up on Bridal Veil,
10,000 feet above the sound. The news came around to send me to count all my blessings and to thank you for all the good friends that I found. Hey, 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 how in the world did we get this far? Hey, 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 holding tight to the tail of a shooting star. Hey, 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 you're running circles around me now. Around me now, around me now. Was I dreaming, or did this really happen? I can feel the earth below my feet. The world is turning fast and wild. I'm like a little newborn baby child who's never known regret or defeat. I am surrounded, tangled in the wire, drawn up tight to the calling and the rising frequency of the silent smiles and laughter of those who came before, and the deafening sound of all this love falling down on me. How in the world did we get this far? Hey, 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 holding tight to the tail of a shooting star. Hey, 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 you're running circles around me now. Hey, 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 how in the hell did we get this far? Hey, tied to the tail of a shooting star. Hey, 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 you're running circles around me now. Around me now, you're running circles around me now. You're running circles around me. Around me now, around me now. Had a dream about my brother. We were in the labyrinth downtown, drinking hard and boxing silhouettes. We had our arms around each other. Trees were coming up through the floor, and I was reminding him of things that he forgets. Fell down through the canopy to where the deep green waters roll, and I could see them catfish sleeping in the cold. He said, cast your line without me, I'm gonna wait here for my love. But I knew deep in my heart she'd never show. I don't have much patience for folks looking down their nose. Troubled souls sometimes lose the fight. And I don't hold much promise for the meanness in this world, Oh, the broken girl who left him there to die. Though I know it ain't mine to reason why. I had a dream about my brother. He was back behind the wheel of his big green Eldorado 7-1. In his Randolph aviators, he was turning toward the speed of sound, free as a bird and flying toward the sun. I don't know why we hurt ourselves or say such awful things in the mirror when we should be laughing loud. I drove up to Ashland City, fished the Cumberland today. I spend most of my time staring at the clouds. I don't have much patience for folks looking down their nose. Troubled souls sometimes lose the fight. I don't hold much promise for the meanness in this world, or the broken girl that left him there to die. Though I know it ain't mine to reason why. So lay your burden down, lay your burden down. Know the raven, don't worry, a mile above the ground. So lay your burden down, down.
Let's see here. Did somebody say something? Oh, God. That's I thought somebody said.
This is an old story.
I weren't expecting no rainbows. Noah told them cackling hens. And I weren't considered no sailor. And I hope that I don't have to do this again. Well, how many times can you fly out? Leave me with an open, empty hand. This time will be the last time I send that little bird to find land. For days it just kept raining. Well, the rain just kept coming on down. I thought I'd never get a sign, and I thought for sure that I was gonna drown. And yonder here she come then, flying, till that day I couldn't sing a note. It's hard to wait for information, and I can't wait to dock this old boat. And if I ever get to heaven, well, I'll admit I doubt it some. I'll tell them everything that happened and ask them why it took so long. And if they find my tools and timber that I used to build us strong, I hope the fools that do remember how on a sea of hope and faith we drifted home. La, 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 la. I'm pretty sure that someone will be there to meet us. Noah told them chickens to their face, and as he looked out from the mountain, he could see what time would do to this old place. Does everybody come with me? It'll take a little time to settle in. I hope everyone forgives me, because this took a little longer than I planned. We all hold on to one another, and you make damn sure that you don't drift apart. And then we'll truck on down this mountain, and we'll find a level place and make a brand new start. And then the sun just kind of peeked out. It was just enough to make them feel assured. And the only thing that Noah kept repeating is that he sure was glad to see that little bird. And if I ever get to heaven, well, I'll admit I doubt it some. I'll tell them everything that happened and ask them why it took so long. And if they find my tools and timber that I used to build us strong, I hope the fools that do remember how on a sea of hope and faith we drifted home. Good to see you, been a long, long time. Well, hello. It's good to see you, been a long, long time. Well, hello. La, 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 la. Yes, it's good to see you. Been a long, long time. Been a long, long time. Been a long, long time. Been a long, long time.
took a trip up to Killer City, a little town where I was born. I saw what life there might have given me. I turn around and hightail home. It's alright now. It's alright now. It's alright now. It's alright now. I dropped down to see the doctor. He gave me some strange, strange news. He said, I think you're gonna go to heaven, boy, but you're gonna die a little bit before you do. And it's alright now. It's alright now. It's alright now. It's alright now. Help me solve a little mystery. Got it right or on the tip of my tongue. Help me solve a little mystery. Well, baby, while we're young, there ain't no futures in the world. Cows out walking in the corn. Every night I go to heaven, baby. Every morning I am reborn, and it's alright now. 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 Jehovah's Witness knocking at my door. Wanna know when the suffering will end. I had to ask them when they thought it started. Yeah, we all got someplace to begin. Baby born and she started crying. Mom and Daddy, they just slipped a gear. Now I'm a working for the broken hearted. You ever wonder where you'd be next year? Look at that sky, that ain't blue. That's just what she does when the light shines through. There is no truth in the end. Love, it's only love, old friend. You know, they wanna know if I believe. And if I died today, where might I go? Hell, I suppose, but I'm not afraid. I got something good cooking on the stove. Now I'm leaning on your understanding. And I so many different roads that take us home. You better keep a good sense of humor handy. When you get outside your safety zone, look at that sky, that ain't rain. That's just angels flying from Lake Pontchartrain. There is no truth in the end. Love, it's only love, old friend. Look at that sky, there ain't no rain. No, just
angels flying from Lake Pontchartrain. There is no truth in the end. Love, it's only love, old friend. There are no stars in the sky. That's just ancient light from days gone by. There is no truth in the end. Love, it's only love, old friend. Love, it's only love, old friend.
How you guys holding up? Huh? I haven't seen anybody check their watch yet, so that's good. Listen. All right, let's get ready for a couple more here. I was trying to think about, so many songs running through my head all the time. I'm not even exactly sure what to play. If there's any requests. Okay, coming right up. As soon as I got to change the tempo. I gotta play. If I either have to do something fast or really slow. John Randall and I wrote a song together a long time ago, and speaking of terrible demos, we made a terrible demo of it. And I didn't think we were even finished with this song, and he played it for his publisher, and then replayed it for Alison Krauss, and she loved it. And I didn't even think the song was finished. And that shows you what I know. I made this record, Folklore, a little bit before then, too, and I'd sent it up for the family review. Well, I sent it to my mom, and I wanted to see what Mom had to say about it, and I usually give them a couple of days, and we had a little visit, and I tried to kind of ease my way into it, and then finally I said, I sent a record up there the other day, Mom, it's a new record, I want to know if you guys get a chance to listen to it. And she said, yeah, we listened to some of it. Honest woman. And once again, Jeffrey. She said, why don't you learn how to write something kind of peppy? People like to dance. So I wrote this song. When I talked to Alison on the phone about it before, she'd called after they recorded. She said, I don't know exactly what you and John, I don't know what your vision was, she said, but I couldn't help but thinking about my mom the whole time I was singing it. And that's my favorite thing about songs, and other people's interpretations. They usually work out better than mine. It's called Frozen Fields. I walked along the fence road, thought of everything I had to do. You jumped right in there between my thoughts, and wouldn't that be just like you? All the fields are frozen now, I was wondering where you are. Life goes by mid-July, just
like it does on New Year's Day. There's a comfort in the good old times when you don't feel so far away. Could it be you find yourself like this whenever I cross your mind? You're walking through a frozen field and the world stops on a dime. It won't be long till summer comes and all these fields will be full and green. But life goes by in mid-July just like it does on New Year's Day. And there's a comfort in the good old times when you don't feel so far away. I walked along the fence road, thought of everything I had to do. You jump right in there between my thoughts. Hey, wouldn't that be just like you? It won't be long till summer comes and all the fields will be full and green. Life goes by in mid-July just like it does on New Year's Day. There's a comfort in the good old times when you don't feel so far away. If you walk out the front door of the Town Topic hamburger stand that sits in downtown Kansas City on Broadway, and you walk all the way around the world, you're gonna come to the Town Topic hamburger stand that sits on Baltimore Street, and they share the same parking lot and the same damn disposition. And if you walk in the front door of the Town Topic hamburger stand that sits on Broadway in downtown Kansas City, I don't want you walking in there saying, Jeff Black said this, Jeff Black said that. Because the woman that works behind the counter at the Town Topic hamburger stand in downtown Kansas City, she looks exactly like Lyndon Johnson. So this is a love song. They got hamburgers, fries, and homemade pies, and a waitress behind the counter. The big city hums with the cigarette bombs and a jukebox in the corner. It's a Broadway bound, it's a real strange town to keep the jazz and the cattle quiet. It's a Baltimore Street where the famished folks meet and the late night patrons riot. Town Topic tonight now, baby. Town Topic tonight. Don't get on my bad side. Town Topic tonight now, baby. Town Topic tonight. Hey, there's a Cadillac Joe. We got the money, you know, to eat anywhere that he wants to. And everybody comes in here cause he's a little bit weird and he teases the waitress and taunts her. Then a spin on a stool, smoking a cool. Don't talk to me I'm exhausted. Well, I've been a cowtown about with my feet on the ground, and I had a good time, but I lost it. And I don't try it, son, don't try it for fun. I've been trying for years to deny it. It's a look right here, look right in the mirror. It's a clone on its own, and I don't buy it. So embarrassing. Top topic tonight now, baby. A top topic tonight. Top topic tonight now, baby. Top topic tonight. That's right. I'll have a double cheeseburger, please, with extra onions and extra cheese and extra buns. And you know, if you take a hot dog, you split it down the middle, and you throw it on the griddle, and it fries up flat like a hamburger. And then you put it on a hamburger bun, and then you put some chili on it. It's kind of like a chili dog, but it's kind of like a hamburger. At the same time, I want one of those. Wrap it up in some of that wax paper, and then put a little toothpick in it with the little yellow frillies on the top of it. You know, I'd like to have that. I'm gonna need a butter knife and a fork and some sweet and low and an ashtray. Is stevia? I'm trying to watch that. I'm gonna need a teaspoon, and I'm gonna need a couple of butter pads, and I'm gonna need change for the cigarette machine, and change for the pinball machine, and change for the telephone machine, and I'm probably gonna need change for that little machine in the men's room too right now, because you just never know. You just never know. I'm really sorry. You had to go through this. I'm sorry you had to go through this song. Some other people want to hear it, and I'm an entertainer, so that's where I have to be all the time. Oh, she's letting her hair down. All right, that's good. And I'd like for you to tell this silly son of a bitch sitting on the stool next to me, if you don't quit asking me stupid questions, me and him are gonna go toe to toe out in the goddamn parking lot. Just put the gun down, man. The gun down. You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice our love. You want paradise. Someday you'll pay the price, I know. I've seen it before, it happens all the time. Closing the door, you leave the world behind you, digging for gold. You're going astray, fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. It's Foreigner. For those of you who recognize my 80s pop rock reference there that you heard on the radio, happy for you. This is the only song I get to yell at the audience, so come in this slack, alright? Late at night, when the moon is going round, a big black night meets a mean John Brown, a hot plate in a cool back room. It's gonna be a long time till the cottonwoods bloom. They both be locked. There ain't nothing going right. Ain't no room at the top tonight. Big freeze, it's getting warmer in here. Big day, big frontier. Now listen up, as a strapping young man, I used to roll down the street and I turn around again. God damn, don't follow me around the back. that didn't move me, and the good I let down, I'm on fire. But the flame froze up, throw me out like a little whip up, young dogs. Let's cross right here. Big day, big frontier. Oh, they got hamburgers, fries, more mad pies, and a waitress on the counter. The big city hums with the cigarette bombs and a jukebox in the corner. It's a Broadway bound, it's a real strange town to keep the jazz and the cattle quiet. It's a Baltimore street where the famished folks meet and the late night patrons of riot. There's 12 people in here that didn't want to help with the show. I drove almost 7 miles over here tonight. This is the only audience participation song I ever do, so don't fuck it up. Everybody snap your fingers, you beatniks. Everybody at the same time. It'll be real nice. Okay, here we go. Some people have already stopped. I need you. Help me out. The song's almost over, I promise. Really close. Top topic tonight now, baby. Top topic tonight. Top topic tonight now, baby. Top topic tonight. That's right. That's pure jazz, baby. Anybody's got the nerve, and if you're with somebody you love, this is the best slow dance song in the world. So show your people what you got. I'll give you 2 more measures. Maybe borderline, but all joy is mine. Yeah. Right there. Maybe borderline, but all joy is mine. Anytime I choose. The last couple of years, found my share of tears and found a lot to do. But these blues can't last. Too long time moves too fast. Leaves the past behind. You look so good. Here in my reverie, sweet memories, what I find. Down in my easy chair, I got you there, followed me straight through. Show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you. Take a look in here, I have no fear, I'm flying high above. These gridlock streets, where this timeless meets the light of love. That I forever know, only as of late I've sown. I guess what they say is true. We all have a destiny, and the one for me is to be with you. When the moon is down and the sky is low, and a little earthquake shakes a domino. Down in my easy chair, I got you there, follow me straight through. Show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you. Show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you.
Thank you, dancers.
We got a little. I always try to play a few. I already played a couple of them off here, but I always draw on some stories of some old friends of mine that I grew up with, and my friend Tommy that used to do wonderful impersonation of Elvis. He did it in true comedic fashion of when he started doing it, and you thought, that's kind of funny. And then he did it to the point where you really wanted to strangle him or stab him with a fork. And then he kept doing it until it was absolutely hilarious. He wouldn't stop. And
loved him for that. But the most important part of this story is just some unsolicited advice of to never ever work for your girlfriend. Father. Never work for your girlfriend's father. We got a couple more songs. I'll play this one a couple more. And this is called A Long Way to Go. We lost Jennifer to the myth of independence. Well, I tried to tell her that she might lose her mind. Her daddy's dreams came true the day she hit the highway. Without me now, though, I'm sure she's falling behind. We lost Tommy too, powder and the stranger, and a wicked sense of humor that nobody understands. When everything is funny, man, and there ain't nobody laughing, it kinda makes you wonder how much love slips through your hand. Sing, hey, Lily, it's a long way to go, and a fair fall from on high. Oh, but don't look down, 'cause we're almost home, where we can easily touch the sky. We can easily touch the sky. We lose a lot, I guess, in the name of aspiration. Gravity is sure to pull a number of us down. You would think that things get easier in this age of information. Goes to show that nothing ever changes in this town. Yeah, through all the miles and the big mistakes, we blow the candles out on the birthday cakes and wonder where the wish might take you now. All the trials and the tough breaks, sow the seeds for goodness sakes, and reap the hope that you make it through somehow. Here we come. Cutting through the bramble, through the mire and the miracle, just to find a way. Welcome back to Graceland, baby, it sure is good to see you. Missed you in the meantime, oh man, you haven't missed a thing. Sing, hey, Lily, it's a long way to go, fall from on high. Oh, but don't look down, 'cause we're almost home, where we can easily touch the sky. Oh, sing, hey, Lily, it's a long way to go, and a fair fall from on high. Oh, but don't look down, 'cause we're almost home, where we can easily touch the sky.